Hey everybody, welcome to PixelHangover.com. Today we got some Blades of Time gameplay to you. It's actually the first 12 minutes or so of the game, complete with me cutting out some of the stuff where I got lost, because that was not interesting. But let's talk about this game. It came out a few months ago, back in March, and kind of slipped under my radar. If you're a God of War fan, if you're Darksiders type thing, probably more of God of War. You know, the hack and slash action type stuff. That's this game right up your alley. But it has a little bit of a geez, I cannot think of the name. Starts with the D. Anyways, the one Devil's May Cry. Yeah, there we go. So Devil May Cry series, because you actually after this footage ends, you actually end up getting a rifle, and you can actually shoot. But yeah, it seems seems rather competent. It seems fun. If you ever played the game Conan, which you think is funny, but actually was a very well done God of War like ripoff, and that one was actually just brutally bloody and just vicious. This one not so much, but as I've played through this, even after this video, this game definitely plays just fine. It's pretty fun. So as with every one of these kind of games, there's crates that open like that, and I was trying to figure out what to do here. I guess this is where you can switch your different weapons. I ended up going with the katanas just to try them out here. And then this is where I got lost shortly after this. So I cut that out because that was boring as hell to watch. I didn't know where to go. The compass was a little confusing at first, but there you go. That was the moment I realized, oh, there's two more crates I gotta do. So basically the tutorial is, get these 3 crates and then we'll move on after you beat the first few guys there. So I don't know what kind of power those objects have to go right through stuff, but there you go. So I think there's one more one right across, and I think I realized that there's a red arrow. You see green arrow that shows up, but there's also a red arrow on the compass, and I guess that shows crates or secondary items or so forth. But the game plays pretty well. I gotta say it actually has some moments where the combat is right up there with something like a God of War, or even it's hard. I've been playing a lot of the Arkham City recently, and the battles have a flow to them. And Arkham City is just badass. But I get kind of that vibe in just the flow of the battles. So
What was that? A ghost?
I don't know what to verify that I'm supposed to go up that. It certainly looked like it. So
Seems to be full of curious phenomena.
coolest bridge ever, I might add.
At least now I
So
can see
good way to start the
everything
game.
with my own eyes.
Not quite sure what the story is, if there is anything worth noting, but a little background on this game is, as far as details, it's by Konami. It's, like I said, came out in March. It is on the PS3, 360, Windows, and Mac. Looks like Mac OS X. So it's up there. It's got the Dagor engine 3.0 is what it's running on. Not quite familiar with that one, but obviously coming, I think, from Japan. Just looking at the producers' names, and Konami, obviously. But one of those games that just definitely slid underneath my radar. Didn't hear any buzz on it, but probably deserved a little buzz. Unfortunately, probably released at $59.99. That's just always a mistake for games like these, in my humble opinion. Should be coming out in the 39 range, maybe even 29. I mean, if you want to sell games, if you want to make any money, and I realize margins are small when you ship at $29, but it's the same thing like when you have games. I'm trying to think of an example of a game that oh, here you go, Homefront. Okay, so decent single player, pretty fun multiplayer actually. Why don't they do at launch, go ahead and launch it at 59 if you think you have to, but I think Homefront should have launched at 49 with everything in retail, and then why don't you have a $29 version that is just the multiplayer, and it downloads from PSN 360 and say Steam or something. That way you don't have the retail cost. You have some cost going back to the console and Steam or Valve, so forth. But why not do that? So I mean, a game like this really doesn't have that option other than to just lower the overall package price, because it's single player only. But I mean, there's got to be some, and the problem is retail holds so much power still. they wouldn't like you being able to do that. That's why I think Killzone 3 ended up having just a free multiplayer version that you could download and then pay to unlock after a certain level. So, but that was well after the game came out, and I think that's, unfortunately, retail still holds all these, console and publishers by the short hairs as far as, hey, if you start releasing things day and date at a lowered price, we're gonna stop stocking your stuff right down to hardware. So that's the problem. But anyways, I digress. I apologize for that little side rant. So yeah, I mean, visually, game's not horrible. It's not top of the line. The one thing that just absolutely blows in this game, and I would tell you it's laughable, is the voice acting. It is so bad. You're probably not going to hear any of it in here. Just consider the fact that I'm sparing you of it, but it's pretty laughable. So it's one of those areas that it sounds like they had a couple people in their basement with a Mac laptop and a couple of small mics and came up with the lines a few minutes before they actually said them. So that part of the game, not you know what I'm going to do, because I don't have a whole lot more to talk about in this game. I'm going to just let it speak for itself. I'll back out here in a couple seconds so you can hear some of this fantastic voice acting, because it is pretty funny. So I guess what happens here is I get to a point where I think it was a good stopping point up here, and it's the first 12 minutes of the game. Like I said, if you're into these kind of games, I would look for it as a rental, or pick it up cheap. It is definitely worth. I'm a couple more hours down the road on this game in real life, and it's really good. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Thanks for checking it out. Type in pixelhangover.com and get our channel and subscribe, and we got a lot more on the way. We're just starting out, and we appreciate all the feedback, the views, the likes, even the dislikes. We'd like to know what's good, what's bad. So thanks for checking it out, pixelhangover.com. Have a great day, and talk to you soon.
What's going on? Have I stumbled into something again? Oh no. Damn it. These ancient places are always full of surprises. And a trap. Just as I suspected. Move, Ayumi. Keep moving and don't stop. Shit! What's going on? It can't be true. This is me. This doesn't seem funny at all. Everything has stopped. Even the fire is completely still. Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this before. But it's impossible. Zero would laugh if I told him about it. Time has started again. Who's doing that? What the hell? Spiders? They're huge. Where did they come from? I hate spiders. That's what the altar was talking about. Their life force. I'm draining it. This place is just like one of those places I saw in an old book about Dragonland. These chests once contained the great treasures of ancient civilizations. But where is it now?
Oh, group entered Dragonland yesterday, but what I'm looking for...
It looks like a big button. I wonder what will happen if I step on this thing. Yeah, this is the button for sure. It must be the door switch. The guards are somehow connected to these devices, but what are they guarding if all the trunks are empty? You'd better stay asleep next time. A volcanic eruption must have destroyed the whole civilization.